friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
We're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and of course wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now it's time for movie news, reviews, and pop culture discussion. Let me just first off say we are both getting on with colds this week, so if we sound a little nasally, that would be the reason. But we are here because we've been, not our together selves for 2 weeks, so we wanted to still put one out for you.
And the fact that we are both sick is very ironic because we haven't seen each other for 2 weeks.
Right? Just randomly got it. That's so crazy. So first up, we have Michael B. Jordan and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. They team up for a movie called I Help Destroy People. This is adapted from a New York Times article that involved a whistleblower and the FBI. I'm intrigued to know more. I like both of them. So, yeah, I think it's cool they're going to do a show together.
So it's going to be a
movie.
A movie.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And movie. It's not going to be funny or anything like that.
No,
it's going to be
serious. Yeah, whistleblower and the FBI.
Yeah, so it's based on a true story?
Yeah.
All right. Love it.
Can't wait to see. Christopher Lloyd, yes, from Back to the Future, Christopher Lloyd, has joined The Mandalorian for season 3.
Yay!
So it's so cool he's still working. At his age, I would honestly just retire and just live off what I've made, but maybe it keeps him young to keep trucking along, I guess, when he doesn't need to. Reese Witherspoon's Hello Sunshine Company is adapting Run Rose Run from the Dolly Parton and Jane Patterson book. Dolly Parton will star in it as well as produce alongside Reese. Wow. So this is cool. I've not read read that book. I've read only the James Patterson books that involve the Women's Murder Club. But
right, yeah.
I do enjoy them, so I bet that book is pretty
James
cool.
Patterson is a good writer. I've read several of his books as well.
So it's cool they did a combination book together, so I can't wait to see about that. Christina Ricci has joined Netflix's Wednesday series. If you remember, Christina Ricci played the original Wednesday Addams in the Addams Family movies, but now she's coming onto the TV show and will be playing, obviously, a new role in that, since Jenny Ortega is playing the young Wednesday Addams. So I can't wait to see what she's going to do in that show.
Wow, and that's a different spin, isn't it?
Right? I know. I can't wait. Maybe she'll be like a teacher in the school or something. I know. I can't wait. Maybe she'll play... No, she can't. If she played with the mom, she'd have to be Morticia. That can't
right,
be it.
Yeah.
She's still not old enough to be Morticia, in my opinion. So, yeah, that can't be it.
No.
Anyway, I guess we'll have to wait and see. HBO Max has just renewed And Just Like That for a second season. Now, this is the Sex and the City sequel that came out earlier this year. And so, yeah.
Renewed that?
They renewed it. I'm honestly a little surprised. As I said, it was okay adaptation. I didn't enjoy it like I wanted to enjoy it. It had a lot of flaws. Maybe if they can somehow coerce Kim Cattrall to come back, it would greatly help, I think.
I agree. I feel like she's a huge missing piece.
She is. And if they can focus on them and not so much the children, too, that took away of it a little for me. Yeah. I just think
I agree.
Be better. So
there were several things for me as well. I didn't get past the second one, so
yeah. So we'll have to see. Let's hope they do better. Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Are you yawning?
I know, right?
It's bedtime for babies.
And finally, Season 7 of Grace and Frankie will finally be released on April 29th on Netflix, you guys.
Wow, isn't this the final one?
Yep, the very last season. They did release the first 4 episodes of Season 7 late last year. I did watch those, but we'll finally get the whole Season 7 on April 29th.
Wow.
So I'm so excited. It's a little bittersweet. As you guys know, I was dragged into it later by Linda and Rochelle, and now Rochelle's way behind. So
I know, I'm way behind, so I'm excited. I need to get caught up.
Go figure. So, yeah, that's going to be great. So, movies and TV shows out this week. We have The Lost City in theaters. It stars Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, and Daniel Radcliffe. So, reclusive author Loretta Sage writes about exotic places in her popular adventure novels that features a handsome cover model named Alan. While promoting her new book with Alan, Loretta gets kidnapped by an eccentric billionaire played by Radcliffe, FYI, who hopes she can lead him to an ancient city's lost treasure from her latest story. Determined to prove he can be more of a hero in real life and not just the pages of her book, Alan sets off to rescue her. This looks very cute. I do want to see this. I've heard early reviews. I guess it played at the South by Southwest Festival. Oh. And everyone said it was super funny. So
good. Because my concern was that the funniest parts were in the trailers.
Right, but yeah, no, apparently not.
Oh, good.
I do look forward to that. It'll be good. And we always like seeing Daniel Radcliffe, outside of Harry Potter. It's still weird to see him as an adult.
Yeah.
But hey, we like seeing him, so that's okay. Infinite Storm is also in theaters, and it stars Naomi Watts. So this is about an experienced hiker who attempts to save a stranger during a blizzard on Mount Washington. This looks very intense. It really just looks like you're in one place the whole time for the whole show. So, yeah.
And what was the other show she was in where she was also hiking?
Oh, that was the one
Was that Naomi Watts?
Sorry, that was Naomi Watts. It's like she was out running and she gets like a call that her son is in trouble. She's trying to get back and she'd like run like so far from the home.
There was like 5 miles or some such thing.
Yeah. So yeah, this is different. So
was that a movie as well? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet, but yeah, it's a resurgence for Naomi. All of a sudden, she's everywhere.
Right.
Speaking of, the next title is Everything Everywhere All at Once. So this will be in theaters and stars Michelle Yeoh, James Hong, and Jamie Lee Curtis. So an aging Chinese immigrant is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save the world by exploring other universes, connecting with the lives she could have led. Now, if you remember when we watched the trailer, this looked very weird.
Yeah.
Very confusing, I guess, with the different lives that she keeps jumping back and forth into. So it's not something I want to see. I'm hoping, I guess, to hear later. I like Michelle Yeoh in general. She was great in Crazy Rich Asians. She was great back in the day in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So she's a great actress. This show just looked...
It looks very bizarre. It didn't grab me. It was too confusing for me.
It didn't grab me either. So if someone else out there sees it, let us know what you think, because, yeah, it just looked too weird for my taste.
I agree.
And then my favorite, Bridgerton Season 2 on Netflix starts Friday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Guess where my wedding weekend will be spent. So this season will focus on oldest sibling Anthony Bridgerton and his quest to find a wife without the pesky aspect of love.
Wow.
I was so like, as I know I've talked about before, but I loved the first season of Bridgerton so much. I wanted to know what could possibly happen in Season 2, so I read the second book. Just because I couldn't wait to the season for this. I seriously did. So I wanted to know what it was going to be about. Once I knew they were based off the books in the series, like, let me get book 2. Let's see. And I was like, yes, this book was awesome. So I can't wait to see what they do with this. And it's like, you guys, I've never been into romance novels. I can honestly say just mysteries, but the romance, it just grabs you. It's
well,
so
and you
good.
liked the first show.
I did.
So,
I didn't go back and read the first book or anything like that, but I really liked the first show. Like, I was surprised and I think it's all the elements. It was the romance, the fact that it's set in the 18th century, but they do current songs,
right?
But instrumental, so it doesn't feel out of place.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just really cool. So I'm excited for that on Friday. It's like, yes, that's where my Friday evening and Saturday will be spent.
Well, that'll be
okay. So I'll tell you all about that next week.
Yeah,
no problem.
looking forward to hearing what you think.
Okay, then we have We Crashed. This is a series on Apple TV and stars Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway. So the love story at the center of the rise and fall of one of the world's most valuable startups called WeWork. WeWork grows from a single co-working space into a global brand worth $47 billion in under a decade. Then in less than a year, its valuation plummets. I never ever heard about this story, and I don't know how.
Didn't either. I didn't either.
I knew what WeWork was, but honestly, I don't remember ever hearing in the news about how this thing all went wrong and crashing down.
Right.
So,
when I was reading about it as well, I thought, I don't remember hearing anything about this.
Right.
So, but of course I love Jared Leto and
yes,
Hathaway.
I do.
So that it looks like a good show. In fact, I saw some of the as when I was perusing Apple TV.
Oh, okay.
I saw that and I thought, I think I might want to see this.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. I will definitely check it out. So, to see how it is. Then we have Halo. This is a series based upon, the video game. This will be on Paramount Plus. Stars Pablo Schreiber, and Bokeem Woodbine. So Master Chief, a cybernetically enhanced super soldier, defends humanity from the alien covenant in the 26th century. Never played the TV show, so this isn't grabbing me even from the trailer, so we'll have to see. So what we have been watching this week, first up for me, I watched this series on Netflix called Stay Close. It is out of the BBC, so I wasn't aware of any of the actors in it. They're all British actors, but
I started watching that as well.
But they're not well known. Oh, okay. So I enjoyed it. It had a good mystery. I actually was surprised at the end of who the killer was, so that's always good for me because most of the time I can figure it out a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. I definitely would recommend it. I would say it's a 4 wine cork series for me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good to know because I started it too, and I kept, getting interrupted, and I thought, oh man, this is one that I really would like to continue to watch.
Yeah. And I guess it's based off a book by Harlan Coben.
Yeah.
Never read any of his stuff, but I do like mysteries in general, which is what made me choose to watch it. So anyway, I definitely recommend it. Taking a look on that on Netflix and just see. Then I watched season 2 of Upload on Amazon. As you guys know, this was one of my favorites during the 2020. I was at home pandemic watching things, and so I'm so happy season 2 came out. It was not as good as season 1, but it wasn't as funny, but it was still good.
So remind me what Upload is.
So Upload, this starred Robbie Amell, and he, so basically in this, it's in the now, but you can, if your body, you can choose to upload your consciousness to this like really heaven on earth place.
Oh.
Or just die and be buried like normal.
Oh.
So basically people have money to choose, and they could just live forever, like they still have other memories up in this heaven place, and that's just where they stay for life. And so in his case, what it was supposed to be is that he was supposed to be uploaded and then his body just like buried, but he accidentally had leaned forward during the process and his head got cut off, so that wasn't
what
right. It actually was a pretty funny bit, so if you ever do, you'll see in the very first episode. But yeah, so it's just about like getting everything's electronic obviously up there. You have these people on Earth that work for the company called Angels that they put on their VR headgear, and then they're in the Upload world with you and like help you out and through there. And so it's mainly about his relationship, getting to know himself up there. He has a girlfriend that he still has on, living on Earth. His angel is someone that he really likes, and so it's just super funny, like the people he meets and just the instances. And then on top of that, he's trying to solve exactly how he died in this car crash. He's trying to put that together. So anyway, it's just a really funny show. I did enjoy it. It goes super fast because it's a comedy, so it's just 30-minute episodes.
Oh, okay.
The first season was 10, and the second season was only 7, so it went by super quick. So now I have to wait probably for another freaking 2 years for season 3 to come out, but we'll see. Maybe they'll be quicker about it. Let's hope. And then I watched the movie Deep Water on Hulu. Oh my gosh, this was a head scratcher. It was okay. It stars Ben Affleck and Anna de Armas. As some of you guys may know, they started dating after this movie after this movie was shot, I should say. It was very, I'm trying to think of the word to describe it. So it's billed as this erotic thriller, but it's really neither of those. It's done by the same director who did Unfaithful and Fatal Attraction. It doesn't have any of the same, I guess the word would be grit. Like there's really not, to me there was not really a thriller aspect because you know pretty early on what's going on and who's doing what. So it's not like a guessing game in that way. There's not much erotica in there. There's a little bit of nudity, but there's no like sexy anything happening.
I feel like I know the name, but I don't think I've seen it.
So it only came out last week. So
well, there you have
on Hulu. I watched it on Hulu because I didn't say that. Sorry. So it was interesting. I have to say though, with all of his endings, most of the time I am annoyed by the endings. I was annoyed by the ending of Unfaithful and Fatal Attraction, and this one was no exception. It ended in a way I wasn't quite happy with. So I can only give this like 2.5 wine corks. Honestly, I mean, take with that what you will. So it's just it wasn't that great. That's all I can say. It was okay. It was just okay.
Okay.
And then finally, I watched the Adam Project movie on Netflix. This was loads better, folks. It stars Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer Garner, and Mark Ruffalo. And there's a new young man in there. His name is Adam. I forgot his last name, but he is playing a younger version of Ryan's character who basically jumps back in time to try and right a wrong. And so when Ryan and Adam come together, it's like so good casting. Such a good casting of this young man. They play off each other really well. Jennifer Garner plays his mom, and she's great. Mark plays the dad, and he's great.
It's a comedy.
It is. I didn't think it would be, but yeah.
Well, see,
I guess I should have
that.
with him, but when I'd seen the trailer, it didn't come off that way to me. But yeah, there's great funny moments all around there.
I've had numerous chances to watch it, and I just keep passing it by because I'm like, I'm just not in the mood for it. So I'm glad you watched it.
Yeah, it's a good one. I would definitely. This is a 4 wine corker for me. Yeah, it was a good time. I did like it a lot. It was a short 90 minutes. It won't take much of your time, anyway. So
Oh, good.
yeah,
Okay.
it was a good show.
Awesome. Well, what I've been watching this week now, mind you, I have been on vacation, so I haven't watched too much. And I did watch some shows on the plane, but I don't even remember which ones they were, except for The Last Duel
Oh, right.
with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and Adam Driver. I loved the show. I know I'm probably late to the game, but it's so good, and it took me a few times to watch it because you do get kind of sidetracked with stuff on the plane. But anyway, I really enjoyed it. So
good.
I recommend it. I know a lot of people probably have seen it already, but I really enjoyed it. The next one that I've been watching, and I did finish up last night, is The Secrets of Playboy. And it is the #1 watched documentary right now. And it is seriously very chilling and disturbing about the Playboy Mansion and Hugh Hefner. He always presented this picture of how much he loved the women and, how well they were treated. And, it was always smiles and games and all this stuff, but the real story behind it is very cruel and controlling. And, even some of them went as far as to say that they thought that he hated women because of the way they were treated. So, anyway, yeah, the sexual revolution or whatever it was, his game was, and his idea to start out with really became so much more, and so sad, a lot of sadness. And I didn't know that Bill Cosby was one of his best friends. So when you hear about all the things that happened with Bill Cosby, it totally stands to reason. I believe it now. I had a hard time believing that because I liked him so much. I love Bill Cosby. He played this amazing dad on TV, and I wanted him to be my dad. Anyway, it was sad. And then I watched kind of an older show called Margin Call. Have you heard of it? It came out in 2011.
I feel like I've heard about it. I don't think I've ever saw it.
It's Kevin Spacey, Demi Moore, Jeremy Irons, just to name a few. But it had a great all-star cast. And basically what a margin call is, it's like a text or a phone call to an investment firm, and they're telling you to sell or add more money to your investment, or they'll sell it. And so this investment company, and it's basically true, and what happened with some of the investment companies back in 2008 when everything imploded.
Oh, okay.
And they were kind of they're on Wall Street, and it's kind of the night before everything crashes the next morning. And they're watching everything just go into hell. Their investments are dropping like rocks. They're trying to sell everything off, and people are losing their jobs right and left. But it is a very interesting show. I didn't even know about it. I never even heard about it. So if you've seen The Big Short,
yes.
And that's really good. This is just a little bit older version of that, but it's kind of the same kind of thing. So anyway.
Where did you watch it at?
And I watched it on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's called Margin Call.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing about it probably when it came out years ago or whatever. But
yeah,
I never did watch it. So, okay.
Yeah. So give it a whirl.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's take a moment for some movie trailer talk. First up, we have the movie Memory. This will be out April 29th and stars Liam Neeson and Guy Pearce. So watching this trailer, Liam Neeson is back doing his, great, good guy, winner take all act that we love him so much for nowadays. So it looks like he's playing, an assassin who's having some memory issues. And let me just say, the trailer reminds me a lot of that show back in the day, starring Guy Pearce, really enough, called Memento. That is what that reminded me of.
That was a crazy show.
That, parts of that's what it was reminding me of, especially when he popped in there. I was like, this still reminds me of Memento a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the vibe of it. So
that's interesting you said that. I didn't really care for Memento, but...
oh, really?
Yeah. I can't remember, but I do. I remember watching it.
I remember liking it, especially when you realize like exactly what had happened when you were told you were led to believe something else, and it did a complete whiplash. Since it was telling it out of order. Since it was telling it out of order, it was as to what actually had happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to correct that. Yes, I do remember that, and I did like that one. I'm sorry, I was thinking of a different one.
Oh. Okay.
But no, that was a good show. I remember now.
But yeah, that's the vibes I get from this. But it looks like good. It looks like good action though too.
And it's Liam Neeson. You can't go wrong with that.
You really can't. You really can't.
Yeah, and he's a great assassin killer. Is he an assassin or assassin killer? In this movie, I
mean like a killer of assassins?
There you go.
I was like, what do you mean? Is it the same? I feel like he is a killer and a killer of bad guys. So
well, he always is. So
that's true.
Why?
But in this version, he's like contracted out to kill certain people.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it looks good, guys.
He's a contract killer, Dexter. Okay, no. Let's go.
Yeah, something like that.
I need Dexter back.
Next, we have The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This will be out April 22nd and stars Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal, and Tiffany Haddish. This looks actually pretty funny. This is starring Nicolas Cage playing a different version of himself in this movie. It looks like he's written himself out to make money, to be a friend of this billionaire, and then in the end the CIA wants him to try and help bring the guy in for illegal activity. It looks hilarious.
It does look good.
You know what I mean? I was like, whoever thought of this of him playing just a different or heightened version of himself, two pats on the back there.
It's really
that
creative.
It's easy for obviously Nicolas Cage to do. So
yeah,
and I'm glad to see him getting back out there. Acting again.
Yeah, absolutely.
First, that movie Pig that you saw and wasn't a fan of, but now this, which looks actually really good. So I'm happy to see him doing more. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it does look good.
I will actually watch that. And then finally, we have Where the Crawdads Sing.
Drumroll.
Right? This will be out July 22nd. This stars Daisy Edgar Jones, Taylor John Smith, and Harris Dickinson. And as you guys know, we've talked about previously when we announced this was coming out. This is a book that we read in our book club. Our very first book, actually, we read in our book club. At least with me starting in it. And so we're so excited to see the movie finally come to life.
Oh, and it looks so good. It looks
very good. You could.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see parts you remember from the book actually come to life on a screen, and it looks like they're doing a great job of.
Yeah. Well, and you kind of knew that probably would be the case with Reese Witherspoon. So.
That's true. She's the producer. Just FYI of that. And
and I thought the little girl, as she grew up, I thought she was going to be more blonde, but she wasn't. She has her as dark haired, and I'm like, yep, that works. That's her. Yeah. So yeah, she did a good job. I like it.
It looks good. So
I like what I'm seeing so far.
I can't wait to see. I was telling Rochelle earlier, I'm like, Harris Dickinson, who he was just recently in The Kingsman. He's playing one of the unsavory suitor, I'll just say, of the two gentlemen. So, and I really liked him in The Kingsman. He's so nice and innocent. So him playing the not the nice person will be interesting to really see in this movie. So
yes,
looking forward to it. We'll definitely give a review because we will be seeing
And if you can, read the book before you see the movie. So it's such a good book.
It is a good book. Yes, we definitely recommend it. So all three good options for Trailer Talk coming out. So yay.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Thanks so much for listening. We had a fun time as usual, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Please give us a review or comment, as it really does help us out. And please follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys. And thank you for listening to our wayward voices.
Our recipes. Oh, wait, come
on. Don't we sound sexier?
Yeah, sexy, sultry.
It's sexy and sultry.
Thanks for hanging.
That's us this week. So thank you so much, everyone.
Bye-bye now. Take care then.